Hello and welcome to a look at Task 3 for the Commodore 64, the game that was released by Databyte. The plot behind this game is that in the year 6038, 10 years after the Captain Wars, an evil emperor from a distant galaxy invaded the peaceful galaxy of Cybernetica. You, Prince Choma, son of the old wise Emperor Colon, the last survivor of the Captain Wars rebel Starfleet, must seek out and destroy this evil Emperor. The task will not be easy. You must navigate your starship through the evil Emperor's private star system. Hordes of alien ships and many well-laid traps await you. It could be your last journey. As you can likely gather from the gameplay, this is a shoot-'em-up, and you could argue, like so many others, but bear in mind, of course, this is a game from 1987, so we weren't necessarily completely and utterly flooded by shoot-'em-ups at that point. But you have to navigate various different levels, shooting stuff that's in your way, and much more importantly, avoid obstacles. Your ship comes equipped with a certain amount of firepower at the beginning of each stage, but it will only last for a limited time. In order to reacquire said firepower, there will be some squares that you can fly over, and depending on if you shoot the bubble-like balloon things, whatever, around those squares, you can get them to change. Either the square can be completely blank, which means it gives you no power-up, or you can change to one of various different icons that will symbolize extra speed, more powerful frontal lasers, side lasers, or rear lasers. You can also get warp thingies, which basically slows down every enemy on the screen, and then you can get smart bombs. And smart bombs are activated with the spacebar, and as you can likely imagine, a smart bomb will eradicate any enemy on the screen, which is, of course, always useful. Beyond the fact that you have aliens appearing on the screen, and of course, very close-in obstacles to avoid, you have a timer to deal with. Every single level have a timer that you have to beat the level within, and once you have beaten a level, you will get a point score based on remaining time. But the fact that there is a timer is one of the things that helps making this game unnecessarily challenging. But we can return to that after going through the technical side of things. From a graphical point of view, again considering this game is from 1987, I think we can probably say that the graphics are perfectly fine, in certain circumstances outright good. I do find that the player craft is perhaps a bit too big, not just because of the areas you're navigating, but just in general, it feels unnecessarily large for the play area. Maybe it's just me. The general level of detail is very high, and the general color usage is very effective and suits the game incredibly well. When it comes to the sound effects, I'm not going to claim it's the case because that would be incredibly rude, but the general sound effects sounds incredibly similar to Andrew Braidwood's absolutely excellent game Alley Cat, a game I made a video of quite a long time ago, and I've been tempted to redo that at some point, but we'll see. Regardless, the sound effects are, as I said, very similar to that game. The general quality is very high and fits the game by and large, even though I do find that some of the sound effects are a bit excessive and perhaps overdone. The music The main title music goes between being cool and a bit psychedelic. I enjoy the cool part, and I find the psychedelic part a bit off-putting, but maybe that's just me. The high score entry music it is. What can I say? I can take it or leave it. I don't have any particular opinion about it. The sound quality is fine, but doesn't appeal to me negatively or positively. So the controls are what you hope them to be in a game of this type. Left to move left, right to move right, up to accelerate, down to slow down, and if you slow down long enough, you will eventually reverse the flight or travel direction. You use the fire button to fire all of your weapons, and if you have any smart bombs, you can activate those by hitting the spacebar. The controls are responsive, but depending on the amount of forward momentum you have, they can feel a bit slippery, which is likely a consequence of moving at a higher pace or higher speed. And I don't necessarily think that the sideways controls are also increased in speed, but it definitely feels that way. To round out this video, there are 16 levels that you will have to navigate in order to likely get a text screen saying how absolutely epically great you are. And each level is its own entity, meaning that if you lose a life while playing a certain level, you will be restarted at the start of that level and have to navigate up until the point where you got blocked, and then try to see if you can get past that point. And if you fail, you'll get sent back to the start of the level, having an awful lot of fun trying to do that again. And of course, if you game over, you are sent back to the start of level 1 and have to navigate however many levels you have managed to beat in order to get to the point where you faced an obstacle that you have to learn how to get around. Depending on your patience or determination or whatever else you call it, that will likely annoy you at one point or another. There's no randomness in this game at all. Obstacles and enemies, spawn locations, movement, behavior, all that kind of stuff will be exactly the same from game to game. So, if you had the desire to do so, you could memorize all 16 stages and likely look incredibly cool whizzing through them. But personally, it is not something I could see myself even attempt to do. And I just want to showcase that in case you're only interested in beating the high score, the best thing to do is to play a decent first level and then harvest the 20,000 point suicide bonus that you can get by not destroying any enemy and smacking into something. Yeah. On that note, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye for now.